Hi, I'm Kelly Hereid. I lead catastrophe research and development in corporate enterprise risk management here at Liberty Mutual. I have a decade of experience in the insurance industry focusing on catastrophe risk and am trained as a climate scientist. So data is essentially the sea in which insurers swim. It's really important for every aspect of our business to be able to understand from individual policyholders all the way up to how we understand risk across our entire business. It also means understanding science data. So taking this massive body of scientific research on climate-related hazards, things like hurricane and wildfire and flood, and being able to translate that to actionable decision-making for our individual policyholders. The insurance industry has a very different perspective in some ways on managing climate-related risk than other parts of the financial sector, and also than other parts of sort of the climate science enterprise. Because climate science, in a sense, is designed to solve a very particular set of problems. So climate modeling, for example, is designed to look for sort of large-scale changes in global average conditions. And sometimes you can get those down to a relatively regional scale, like a continent. And they're really designed to help us think about how large-scale average temperature, rainfall, things like that will change over long periods of time. But in a sense, that's a very different problem than what insurers are thinking about, because we want to take those big picture, hey, climate has warmed by a little over a degree, we expect it to warm by 2 degrees potentially in the future, and we want to take that and translate it into how that actually impacts people on the ground. Average temperature doesn't tell you all that much about how hurricane risk is going to change, or how wildfires will be different in the future. So part of our goal is to be able to take those big average conditions and turn them into something that we can actually use to make decisions. And in a sense, this is also, again, very different from the way the rest of the financial sector has thought about climate risk, because other parts of the financial sector have very importantly been thinking about the emissions side of the equation, which is a really important part of the story. The mitigation to make sure that we're not making our climate-related problems worse is critical, and Liberty is a really important partner in that space. But the insurance industry also has a really big important role to play on the climate adaptation space. So understanding how climate-related risk that is already baked in, that we are already committed to, will affect people and communities. And that is where insurance is really able to differentiate itself.